YouTube, ignore my background. We're going to be fixing that in later videos. However, it's not very long, so I'd rather you guys see my nice white curtains and half kittens instead of the mess I got going on behind this backdrop. Anyway, so this is my first ever YouTube video and I'm pretty pumped about it. I recorded this whole video once already and it was just a mess, so I was like, let's record it, let's slow it down, chill out. I was a little nervous in the first one, not really knowing what I was doing, and now I'm just like... So, let's go ahead and get into it. This is my all-time favorite video. So, to start off, we're going to go with brushes. Might as well show you guys what I actually use on my face. So, for a whole set, I have these ones from BH Cosmetics. I do not know how to pronounce the name on it, but let me get the bigger one because the name is actually a little bit bigger on it. And I'll just show you guys. Well, the camera's over here, Erica. That's what the name is. I don't know how to pronounce it. I tried a gazillion times on my Facebook Lives and I couldn't do it. So these brushes, I use a good bit of the eyeshadow brushes. I use some of the bigger brushes for like blending and all that great stuff on my face. Next, I have these ones I got in my BoxyCharm, and these are the Luxie brushes that came in November's box. I love these. I've been using these every day, the pencil brush and this one. Mainly, I use these on occasion. These ones have been my really grabby ones. They're great for like really good detail work. All of them are. And then, all of these but one came in the Laura Lee Favorites brush set. I have the other ones sitting in my cup, but I don't really use those ones all the time. I use them on occasion. So this one is a Morphe 514. This is a really great crease blender. And then we have the R39 and the Morphe M573. I'm pretty sure you can get all these brushes like individually. Then the Morphe M421, the E36, E4, R14, R36, and the Y11. Love these brushes. And then for like, I have two like side brushes I really love. This is a Too Faced one I got, well, there's a whole pack of these, but I really only use this one. It's from Too Faced, and this is the big powder brush. And then I have this one from IT Cosmetics. There's no name on it, it's just a dual end. I like using this end for my brightening powder just to kind of pack it on underneath. So while we're on the topic of brushes, I'm going to talk about my cleansers I use. I usually use a solid brush cleaner, either the Sephora brand or the Beauty Blender brand. It doesn't really matter to me, whatever one I see, I usually just grab it. And for just like a quick clean sanitizer, I use a makeup brush cleaner from Clinique. This is a very great cleaner, and I'm going to start with face. So for a primer, I really like the Benefit Professional Primer. However, I'm a little out of that right now and I don't have the tube. But a great dupe, and like that's actually like very similar to it and I use a lot, is the Maybelline New York Baby Skin Instant Pore Erase. This stuff is it's a silicone base and it works amazing. Next, for foundations and concealers, I use the Makeup Revolution set and the Too Faced Born This Way set. I have the Undetectable Medium to Full Coverage Foundation, and it's oil-free, and then I have the Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer Super Coverage. So those two I usually use together, not the foundation at the moment. As you can tell that it's quite dark for me right now. But what I'm using today, and I use most of the time, is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation and the Matching Concealer. For setting stuff, I use two setting sprays. I use the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus, just the normal one, and then the Urban Decay All Nighter. I love using these together, like to set my face. Your makeup will not move. It's just actually quite amazing. And then setting powder, I use the Airspun Loose Face Powder. I use the shade Naturally Neutral. This is the lightest one, I believe. So moving on to highlighters and like bronzers and stuff, I usually use this Cheek Parade palette, and I'm not going to show you the front of it because I pulled the Parade sticker off because there was a little thing on TikTok that I seen that if you pulled the Parade palette off, it had another name underneath. And I did that, and I couldn't get the sticker back on. But it's the Cheek Parade palette from Benefit, and it has all of the stuff I literally use on a daily. As you can tell, it is much loved. Some of the stuff is really dug into, like the Hoola Light. I use that to bronze every day. Every once in a while, I use a different contour shade. I usually use this one, but I've been kind of switching it up. I haven't found a light enough bronzer to actually switch up my bronzers. And then for highlight, I usually use the blush in that palette. That's actually my favorite blush. I use different blushes, but that one's like my go-to. So for highlighters, I have this one from Wet n Wild. It's actually very good for like a subtle day, you know, when you're doing a simple eye and you just kind of want some pop. This is what this is good for. You can obviously build it up to a nice blinding highlight. And I feel like it's a little too dark for me. I bought the lightest one. I think they even have lighter shades now. I bought this a little while ago, so I'm going to have to go back and see if I can find a lighter one. But this is a great affordable highlighter. Next, I have, on the affordable side, I have this Milani Strobe Light in 01. This is the lightest one, and for a long time, until I got this new one that is coming up, this was my go-to. I grabbed this all the time. It's about as light as this. I'm not wearing it, but it's about as light as this. And it's really nice and blinding, so if you're looking for a blinding highlighter, this is my favorite. This is what I really grab for. I traveled with this a lot to California and when I go on vacation. Now for the more expensive ones, I have a MAC one in Gleaming Blush. I don't know if that's the shade or if that's what it's called, but it's a nice rosy gold, pinky kind of highlight, and she was loved. If you can tell, this girl was loved. And then my last expensive highlighter that I'm going to show you, that is my all-time favorite. I am wearing it right now, girl. I grab for this all the time. And this is my Ofra highlighter in Pillow Talk. I live for this. It is so soft. It is so like blinding. As you can tell, I have it on and it is absolutely. So next we're going to move to eyebrows. I have a few eyebrow products. Not really. I only use 2 things on my eyebrows. And one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I love this so much. I tried using different eyebrow pencils because I know on my makeup lives everyone can't really like afford, so I wanted to kind of just like show you guys you can do the same thing. However, I still, like, when I'm not trying to do those videos, I grab this and I use only this every day. I'm using it now. And I use it just to line my eyebrow. I don't use it to fill it in. To fill it in, I use this Milani Brow Kit, the Brow Fix Brow Kit. I don't even think this is a thing anymore. If someone knows where to, if this is still a thing and where to get it, let me know, because I want it bad. I need a new one. This is really, really old, but it's still kicking. It still does good. So a couple other brow products are also my tools. I love using these. I do my own eyebrows. My tweeze, shave, and shave and trim them all with these products. These are the only 3 things I use when I do my eyebrows. You're probably thinking, Erica, why are you using an actual razor? Guys, this is just to get my unibrow. I don't like using this because it tends to like flake off my skin and I don't like that look, so I just use this. So now we're going to move to the lash part. So like, you know, the black stuff. So my 2 mascaras that I die for is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. This is a very great one. I love the wand on this one. It is so nice for your lower lashes, or if you're just trying to build your lashes up. It is a great one. And then Too Faced Better Than Sex. I feel like this is like everyone's favorite mascara. This is definitely my favorite mascara. I love the wand. I love the formula of it. It's just so great. I live for this. I literally, every time I'm close to running out, I go buy a new one. Or if this one's halfway gone, I go buy a new one because I'm terrified of running out. And my favorite eyeliner, I love using felt tipped liners. And I used to use the NYX Professionals one, the hella fine tipped one. I liked it at first, and then I got to use it more and I was like, no. So then I found this one by Fenty. This is the Fly Liner in black. I don't even think there's other shades. This eyeliner is so good. Like, look at the tip of this. Like, it is so freaking pointed. It is ridiculous, and it's so precise. The only thing I found with felt tip liners is, like, if you're wearing like a really nice shiny eyeshadow, it transfers onto the felt tip. Not a fan of that, but hey, I deal with it. So moving on to lashes, the lash glue I use is the Duo White Clear Lash Adhesive. I don't like the black one because when I don't wear eyeliner, I get it all over my eye and you can see it, and I don't live for that. So I just use the clear one. And then for my favorite lashes, for like a pack of lashes, I use the Pro Beauty Essentials Lashes for Days Pro Lash 5 pack and Glam Wispies. I got these at TJ Maxx. I have backups of these for days. However, one pair of these can last me like a month. I clean them and reuse them. I don't see the point in throwing them away if they're not falling apart literally. So, and then my favorite like higher end luxury lash I would say are these Lashaholics at Instaglam. I got these in my BoxyCharm and I live for these. Let me just pull one out. They're falling out of the case anyway. These are those. They're like all different lengths, and it's moving on to my favorite, my second favorite. My favorite's highlight. I love highlighters, but I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes. First I'm going to show you my favorite pigment, and this is the one from MAC. I got the shade of Forgy. Yep, Forgy, and it is so pretty. It's so pigmented, it's glittery, it's sparkly, it's everything. I love MAC's pigments in general, so if you want a nice higher end pigment, MAC is where it's at. And then for a liquid liner, for a liquid eyeshadow, I have the Morphe Metallics from their holiday collection. I adore this shade. However, I did not mean to buy the metallics. I meant to buy the glitter, like the glitter pack, but I grabbed the metallics and I didn't look at the name before I grabbed it, so I just grabbed it. But I still like it. This is my favorite shade. There's the other two, I haven't tried them yet, but this one, it is really pretty. So next are eyeshadow palettes. A little fun fact, I have over 30 eyeshadow palettes. I have an addiction. Maybe that'll be its own little video, you know, my eyeshadow palette collection. So these are my all-time favorite palettes. Some of them are new, some of them are older. Let's just go ahead and look through these. Okay, so I do some colorful looks. As you can tell in my eyes, I did red, but this was for a Christmas look I did. So for like just the colors in general, I love this Morphe 35B palette. This is discontinued, but I do know that there are some other companies that try to recreate this palette and make it their own. So if you're still wanting something with the same color scheme, just look up the Morphe 35B palette. You can probably find it on like eBay. People are probably selling them, but probably like double the price. Or you can find like a different brand that probably has. So for my favorite glitters, I have this Makeup Fix glitter Vault. There are also many variations of this palette. I spent a little bit on mine. I wanted a better quality one. I know you could probably find one on Amazon for like $5. I spent $25 on mine. You're probably thinking like, girl, oh my god. Yes, but I wanted a better quality one. The other ones just kind of look cheap. This one is actually very nice, and like the packaging feels nice, okay? And I haven't felt the other ones. Oh, and this is cruelty free, and I'm pretty sure, no, this is cruelty free for sure. I haven't really said what was cruelty free. But this palette is cruelty free, and I don't know. I really enjoy this glitter palette. Moving on to the rest of the palettes. So some newer palettes I've been playing with. I'm going to show you those first, and I really love. Love's a strong word. I've been really liking them. So the first one is the Topaz Obsession from Huda Beauty. This is my first Huda Beauty eyeshadow palette, and I live for it. I love the colors in this. They are so pigmented. They are so blendable. I did a Facebook Live on them. I'll leave my Facebook down in the description somewhere, so you guys can go watch those videos. I did do a lot of like looks and reviews on a good bit of the palettes that I use. So yeah, so this is one of them. Another one is the palette I got in my BoxyCharm. I seen this palette, like I seen like sneak peeks of the palette, and I was like, oh, that is so pretty. And it, like, again, I did a review on this on my makeup page, and these colors are so pigmented and so blendable. It is insane. And this palette itself is only 25 bucks. So I find that affordable. Some people are like, eh. I find this an affordable palette just because it's 25 bucks, and some of the palettes I spend on this is affordable to me. The next palette I'm going to show is the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice. Oh my gosh, this palette has so much hype and it is so worth it. These shades are so pigmented, again, and so blendable, and they're just so beautiful. It is ridiculous. And I've only used it a couple times, but I can just say that the times I did use it, and it doesn't smell like gingerbread. I don't think mine does. Someone said that it smelled a little bit like vanilla. I was like, it's not supposed to smell like vanilla. I don't even smell anything. It just smells like eyeshadow to me. And then another newer palette I got is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. This palette, again, these shades are just so nice. I love nice blendable shades. And these are what these palettes are. I live for them. And you can probably see a little scheme behind all of these palettes. The next, and these next few palettes are, these last 4 palettes are my favorites. Like, I use them a lot. One of these are newer, but I still have used it a few times since I bought it. I got it around my birthday time, and it is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. This palette, I think all ABH palettes are great. I have not tried the Subculture one though. Don't get me on that. I haven't tried them. I've only have 4 of them. The 4 I've tried are amazing, and this is a very great neutral palette. And that'll lead me to the other ones. I also love the Soft Glam and the Modern Renaissance. I have the Prism palette. I like the Prism palette. However, I'm a girl who likes a palette that you can make one look out of. So I feel like these palettes do that. All the palettes I've showed do that. So that's why I really grab for those more than I do the Prism palette, just because the Prism palette has just a weird variety of colors, and I feel like the way it's organized kind of throws you off, and I feel like you can only do like a couple looks with it. And then the last palette I have is this mini chocolate palette. It's actually the Too Faced Matte Chocolate Chip palette, and this is a very great matte travel palette. It has a bunch of transition shades in this. This thing, it's so cute, it's so small. I love the chocolate palettes. I was just going to go ahead and say that. I have every single chocolate bar palette there is by Too Faced. I love every single one of them except for the Bon Bon palette. If you go on my Facebook, you see that. These actually do smell like chocolate, and I live for it. I just want to take a second and thank everyone who watched my video. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button, and I will see you in the next video.